47. 2021. Regulations covering scientific experiments on human subjects are strict. Subjects must give their informed, written consent, and experimenters must submit their proposed experiments to thorough examination by overseeing bodies. Scientists who experiment on themselves can, functionally if not legally, avoid the restrictions associated with experimenting on other people. They can also sidestep most of the ethical issues involved. Nobody, presumably, is more aware of an experiment's potential hazards than the scientist who devised it. Nonetheless, experimenting on oneself remains deeply problematic. One obvious drawback is the danger involved. Knowing that it exists does nothing to reduce it. A less obvious drawback is the limited range of data that the experiment can generate. Human anatomy and physiology vary, in small but significant ways, according to gender, age, lifestyle, and other factors. Experimental results derived from a single subject are therefore of limited value. There is no way to know whether the subject's responses are typical or atypical of the response of humans as a group. 48. 2022. Like whole individuals, cells have a lifespan. During their life cycle, cell size, shape, and metabolic activities can change dramatically. A cell is born as a twin when its mother cell divides, producing two daughter cells. Each daughter cell is smaller than the mother cell, and except for unusual cases, each grows until it becomes as large as the mother cell was. During this time, the cell absorbs water, sugars, amino acids, and other nutrients and assembles them into new living protoplasm. After the cell has grown to the proper size, its metabolism shifts as it either prepares to divide or matures and differentiates into a specialized cell. Both growth and development require a complex and dynamic set of interactions involving all cell parts. That cell metabolism and structure should be complex would not be surprising, but actually they are rather simple and logical. Even the most complex cell has only a small number of parts, each responsible for a distinct, well-defined aspect of cell life. 49. 2023. Trends constantly suggest new opportunities for individuals to restage themselves, representing occasions for change. To understand how trends can ultimately give individuals power and freedom, one must first discuss fashion's importance as a basis for change. The most common explanation offered by my informants as to why fashion is so appealing is that it constitutes a kind of theatrical costumery. Clothes are part of how people present themselves to the world, and fashion locates them in the present, relative to what is happening in society and to fashion's own history. As a form of expression, fashion contains a host of ambiguities, enabling individuals to recreate the meanings associated with specific pieces of clothing. Fashion is among the simplest and cheapest methods of self-expression. Clothes can be inexpensively purchased while making it easy to convey notions of wealth, intellectual stature, relaxation, or environmental consciousness, even if none of these is true. Fashion can also strengthen agency in various ways, opening up space for action. 50. 2024. A number of studies provide substantial evidence of an innate human disposition to respond differentially to social stimuli. From birth, infants will orient preferentially towards the human face and voice, seeming to know that such stimuli are particularly meaningful for them. Moreover, they register this connection actively, imitating a variety of facial gestures that are presented to them by tongue protrusions, lip tightenings, mouth openings. They will even try to match gestures with which they have some difficulty, experimenting with their own faces until they succeed. When they do succeed, they show pleasure by a brightening of their eyes. When they fail, they show distress. In other words, they not only have an innate capacity for matching their own kinesthetically experienced bodily movements with those of others that are visually perceived, they have an innate drive to do so. That is, they seem to have an innate drive to imitate others whom they judge to be like me.